Good morning, folks. We're back out at Dad's shop today, and today we've got a few pieces that we're gonna hang up on the wall up here. Stuff that we don't want to get rid of. Well, actually, I kind of did want to get rid of it. I tried to sell it on eBay, but after I did that and didn't sell, we ended up getting some more parts, and we can make some neat wall hangers out of it. So we're going to be hanging a few things up on the wall out here today. We got some Model T wheel parts. I bought that tire wheel just to make a wall hanger out of several years ago, and it's just been sitting around. Then I bought these two super nice Model T wood spoke wheels and this extra rim that I think is like a reproduction, a newer steel rim to go on the old wood spoke wheels. I bought those two wood spoke wheels and that rim at an auction, and I tried reselling those on eBay, and I looked at the prices that everybody else was getting for nice decent wood spoke wheels. I ended up having those two wheels with those steel rims and that extra steel rim, and I started my reserve. I guess I didn't have a reserve. I just started the opening bid at $100, and I ran them through the auction like 5 times. Nobody ever bid on them. So they've been just sitting around in the garage at home, and I was gonna try to resell them again, and then Dad went to, where in the heck did you even get this stuff at?
Flea market.
A flea market. Yeah, he was with my sister and her husband, and they were at a flea market and came up with this thing. I'll bring it over here and set it on the bench so I can show you a little better, get some better light here. This thing, I guess I said it facing the wrong way, is a thing for making like your Model T. I did find one of these online. I'll post a picture of what I saw, but your Model T would have a spare tire holder on the side of it, and this is made to clamp to that spare tire and wheel that's on there. These hook into it, and then this threads out to tighten it up, and then it's got spaces to put a second tire and wheel on the outside, so it makes your spare tire carrier into a carrier for 2 spare tires and wheels. So he got that, and I've got those 2 wood spoke rims, and then he also got this tool, which is a master rim tool. And let's see, I'll grab this and bring it over here and try to show you what this does. This isn't the exact right rim for this. This was for a split rim, and this one is not a split rim, but it will still fit on there for making a wall hanger. Leo's busy chewing on the bone down there. Willis is busy climbing on Grandpa's chairs over here. Okay, let's get this set up here in the corner. I'll show you how this thing goes in there. The older Model T rims literally did have a split that went this way across them and had like a latch that held it together. And to change your tire, you would undo that latch, use a rim tool like this to pull one side in, and then the wheel would collapse in on itself, and you could just take it out of the center of the tire, put the new tire and tube together, and then put it back in there. This rim tool, so when I looked it up online, it said it's a rim spreader. And I can open that up about half a mile. So it's got a crank on here that you crank to thread that in or out. Maybe I'll turn it around this way, get that end up towards the camera. Hooks over the edge of the rim. And I still got a ways to go to crank that out far enough to catch on there. So for display, we're just going to hook it onto this old rim. and then tighten it down so that it's snug in there. And then we'll put it up on the wall over there. I think we'll just, for this, we'll just wrap a piece of heavy wire around here, bring it up, make a loop that we can run a screw into the stud up there, and that'll be good enough for this. It's not super heavy. But the other piece, with those 2 wood spoke rims and that other bracket, is going to be pretty heavy. So we built a bracket to screw into the stud up there to hang it up. I'll get the camera set up, kind of pointing where we're going to put it up there, and then we'll see if we can get it put together. Get some of these things hung up on the wall, because I'm not going to put them on eBay and sell them and get nothing for it. If I'm not going to get a decent price for it, then I'll just keep it. I'd rather have it here to look at than give it away. Okay, let's get up here and see if we can get this thing hung up. Got some long screws that will be long enough to go through this 2x4, through the plywood, and into the stud. And we know that there's a stud right here where that seam is, so that's where we're going to put it at. There's one hole already drilled in this board. Okay, drill a few more pilot holes in here so that it's not so hard to get the screws through there. The battery's dying on this drill already.
You want to level to see if it's kind of level?
Yeah, let me get the screws started in here first, and then I'll put the level on the side of it. See if it's halfway close. That's good enough for what we're doing.
Yep.
Well, that one definitely went into something. There we go. Well, let's take the drills back down. I don't need that many more at this spot. Yeah, I'm recording right now, buddy. Okay, this board's got 2 long 1/4-inch bolts coming through it from the back that'll line up with a couple of the holes in this wheel. Okay, this slides on there, and then you've got a plywood plate that'll go over it so that we can snug that down, and that'll hold this wheel tight. Then we can put that bracket on here and clamp the second wheel to this wheel, just the way it would have been used on the side of the Model T car. Okay. Willis, have Grandpa get you a 7/16 wrench and bring it to me.
Okay.
pretty long. They'll probably, I don't know, that bracket's pretty wide. There should be plenty of room behind there. All right, thank you. I don't think we need to. I think there'll be plenty of room between those brackets. And you won't see it anyway once the top one's on there. You're not gonna see what's in the back there. Okay. That's pretty stout. It wiggles a little side to side, but that doesn't matter. It's not gonna have anything pushing or pulling on it up there. As long as it's stout top to bottom, that ought to stay there forever and ever. Now we just have to try to get this clamped in there and then get another wheel up here, hold it in place and tighten it all up all at the same time. That should go. Those spokes are not in an optimal position. Well, I certainly didn't ever think about that, but I guess it doesn't matter. It's just going to have to be a little bit crooked. I should have adjusted this so it's a little bit closer before I got all the way up here too. Okay, you want to bring me that other wheel?
Yes, sir.
I'll try to get it in here and then have to try to thread all this stuff together with it up here. Alright, I don't think it really makes any difference which way we put it on here. How does that work? We've got enough hands to get in everywhere here. Well, how in the world can that clip in there? Oh, that thing's bent. That's how that can clip in there. If I turn it this way, that side won't slide in there. Oh. And balance right there for a second. I guess I'll loosen it up far enough to get this side in. And then with that being bent, I can tighten that back up enough just that it will not be able to fall out of there, but maybe still be able to get this side in there then. Come on, get in there. There we go. Then I gotta reach around the back side here to adjust that. Yeah, I didn't realize that thing was bent like that, but I don't think it'll make much difference for what we're doing with it.
A little bit easier if it's on a Model A, a Model T, I mean.
There we go. I'll tell you what. That poor old thing is kind of twisted too. We're probably having a whole tire wheel, and they probably had the whole hub. I bet they probably had to just change out the whole damn hub.
I would think.
So having all that weight on there is probably why that thing got twisted. It's a little wobbly that way, but it's solid when I pull on it from the wall. So. And it's tight enough that I can't even, there we go, slide that out to adjust it. Get them all to the outside edge of the thing there, so I don't think it's going to go anywhere. Snug that just a little bit more.
That was easy.
Yeah, piece of cake. There we go. So we got our, well, I certainly didn't need to put it that high, but I'm not adjusting it now. I could have put it clear down to where the bottom of our bracket was hitting the top of the tin there. Would have been fine, but I'm not taking it back down to adjust it. Now I think right over here, where that crack is, that's where we're going to put this old wheel with the tire on it. So we're going to whip out some sort of a bracket for hanging that real quick. Then I'll turn the camera back on and we'll see if we can get that put up there. Well, I went out to look for a piece of steel to make a bracket out of, and I found this out there. I think that'll work just fine. We'll just get up here, drill a pilot hole, screw this in, hang the wheel up on it. I think that'll work just fine. Okay, well, I still didn't change the drill battery, so the battery's still dying, but I think it's got one more hole left in it. I'll try to get it about kind of similar to the same level as that, since I put that one up pretty high. We'll do just about the same here. There we go. Yeah. Just screw this bracket in there. And I think that'll probably be strong enough to hold that wheel up. I'm going to thread it all the way in there till it bottoms out. It gets back into the stud a ways. I don't know, that's not a super strong bracket. Yeah, that one's going to be heavier. Yeah, it's a little heavier. Almost. I'm not sure. We'll see here. I'm not sure if I'm crazy about that bracket or not now after looking at it. Up here, get 1 foot over there, get everything nice and tipsy here, and then try to pick this up there. Well,
That would be okay.
I think so. If it slid clear back against the wall, there's not much. It's not out towards the outside edge of the bracket trying to bend it down. I think that'll be alright.
I think so too.
That poor old tire doesn't have very many miles left in it. It's pieces of it flaking off and falling on the top of the cabinet up here when I was picking it up. I guess it's in decent shape for a 100-year-old tire, probably. Okay, we got one more thing to hang up over here, and I think it would be as simple as just a piece of heavy wire bent and a big screw put in to hang it on. And I'm not even terribly worried about finding the stud for that. It's not super heavy. So I think I'll just center it up right in between Dad's piece of driftwood up there and old Naomi up here in the corner. Old Naomi's been the shop mascot here probably since the mid-1990s. I'm not even going to worry about hitting the stud. I'm just going to try to kind of eyeball the distance in between Dad's driftwood piece and old Naomi here. Put it in the middle. Put it up approximately somewhat close to the same height as the other two pieces. And call that good enough. Well, it definitely didn't go into anything, but I think it'll be fine. That is not near as heavy as that other wheel, so. And with the wire on there, you can slide the wire back clear to where it's touching the wall. And then it doesn't have much force to try to bend down on the screw when it's in there. I'm probably right smack in front of all this too. I didn't even think about that. You know what? That's just bending that screw down.
I'm gonna have to get a stud.
Well, there's a stud right there. Oh, Jesus, yeah. Yep, that's not good enough. Man, this thing's coming loose and trying to fall out of there. What are you doing that? Oh, Jesus, I got a hell of a mess here. This is falling apart, screws falling out of the wall.
Other than that, it'll be okay.
Other than that, everything's great. Tighten that down a little tighter so it can't decide to come loose. Well, I guess that's going to have to go over
Yep, over.
a little over a foot. There's a stud running right up because I can see old nails and screws in it. A little closer to Naomi, so.
I'm gonna wrench up it to offset it.
Okay, yeah, we do. We have those. There's some kind, came with all this stuff. There's some kind of big, I think off the big truck, like a tug wrench. Well, there's a nail right there, so if they hit the stud with the nail, then they ought to hit the stud with the screw. That went into something.
I can see the line there.
Yeah. Okay. That's what I always say. There we go. Higher up on the ladder here. There we go. There. Now everything's staying put. I hope it doesn't when I'm underneath it.
I'll let you find that wrench because you know where it is.
I'm going to knock that
Get one of them.
piece of driftwood off to there yet. If anybody knows by looking what any of these wrenches go to, leave it down in the comments. I don't think they're Model T because I don't think there's anything that has that big of a nut on a Model T, but I could be wrong. So if you know, leave it in the comments. Typically, Model A and Model T stuff is pretty good about having Ford script on it too, so. Well, I think I'll just start up high with this one. We'll put that one that's different in the middle and then the other one like this down.
It'll be fine. That'll work.
I think I can see good right here.
Yeah. I can shut that off for you.
It's fine. I like it. I like having the light right smack in my eyes. Yeah, I think I'll put this one up here. Put a screw to go through that loop and another screw just to hold the other end of it. And then we'll do the big one in the middle and the other one like this down at the bottom. Call that good enough. I got 2 of them up here right now. That one into a whole lot of nothing, but these don't weigh anything. Well, they do. They weigh something. But it isn't very much, that's for sure. And just put a second screw out here, kind of angle it like that. Good. Too many things and not enough hands up here. And I got sweat running in my eyeball for some reason. Get in there. Ooh, that's going into something. Ladder's super tippy again. I think that'll stay there. Ladder getting all jollywop like that. That certainly is what it wants to do today. We're going to put this big one, maybe go that way with it. It'll hang better that direction. One more screw here. Let's see, we'll go about there with that one. About right there. This doesn't have any kind of...
It has one diamond type.
Yeah, a diamond with maybe an H or a 4 in it. The same thing, if you guys know what that goes to, put it down in the comments, because I have no clue what that was ever for. Oh, well there, I don't have a screw now.
Yeah, I got 2 of them here.
Oh, all right, now I got 1 now, I'm down to 1. Down to 0, for the love of God.
I'll just get 2 more new ones.
It would be better if I had this ladder about another foot over, but then I have to climb all the way down and climb all the way back up here again. So I just keep dropping the screws for a half hour. See how many times I can drop the screw trying to get this end in.
I got 3 more.
This end's a little better. It's right in front of me where it needs to be. Good enough. Now, 1 more. This one is just about the same as the first one I showed you, but it's a little bit different. So, if anybody knows what these are off of, leave it down in the comments. I'd be interested to know. They'll probably be hanging right up here for about the next 100 years now. Okay, we'll use this one. Actually, this one will just hang on 1 screw. Put it right there in the middle and oh, hang just fine like that. There we go. We got our master rim tool up there, split rim spreader. Like I said, that's not the correct rim for it, but it fits in there and you can see how it's supposed to work. Hung up them old wrenches that I don't know what they were for. And then over here we got our spare tire mount that converted your single spare tire to a double spare tire mount. And then that old Model T wood spoke wheel with still an old 100-year-old tire on it. Kind of a different video than what we normally do, but I thought that stuff was neat, and some of the people that watch our videos would also enjoy seeing that. So thanks for watching, everybody. If you haven't already hit the like and subscribe button, please do. If you enjoy the videos we make and want to help support our channel, the best way you can do that is when the ads come up, just let them play. I go through every week and delete about half the ads that they suggest to put in there, so you're not getting swamped with a whole bunch of ads. So if you do enjoy our content and want to help out, that's the best way you can help. Other than that, that's going to be it for this week, so come on back next week. We'll have a video or something here for you to watch.